Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you again so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Let's take a look here at SUI. Look at how strong this recovered. Bounced very, very strong off this 88-cent mark. We're going to look and see kind of why that's the case. We're also going to invalidate this Elliott wave pattern. Again, only a theory, nothing you should be using solely to take trades. But again, it's based on Fibonacci retracement, which is helpful. So please understand that. However, we can see that this 0.65, this golden pocket, didn't really matter too much. Greed was very real, pushed the price action down, and now pushing right back up. So again, a lot of things are happening right now. Bitcoin's pulling back. We were able to secure some healthy profits here from Bitcoin short at 32% and an AVAX short at 22%. Took those trades yesterday and Friday. And in hindsight, it's always 20/20, but obviously we should have shorted SUI too, but we had to make sure that it either held or didn't hold this previous resistance level. Because again, we talked about this yesterday. This previous resistance should have worked as a support level, but it didn't, okay? And again, that happens quite a lot. But you got to recognize too, statistically, you're more probable to find a bounce off that level too, right? So again, not justifying the fact that I was hoping for the price to bounce, but again, just kind of letting you know that this is kind of commonplace, right? It's very normal in trading to see these things happen. That's why the market that we're in right now can be very tumultuous and difficult to trade into because it's greed-ridden, right? The good news is you can kind of count on greed being the foundation of what's going on. And this does imply that we have a lot of greed down below the price action. So if we go lower than this 78 cents, let's just say round number 79 cents, then we're going to see a lot of liquidation, a lot of problems occur. Obviously, we'd know that because we'd be there and we'd be like, oh, dang, this is not good if you're in a long. But the truth is, we're not there yet. We don't want to expect that to happen, but we do want to expect the worst and hope for the best. Okay. So again, just to touch on liquidation, clarify, we can see the closest amount of liquidations at 82, 82 and 77. Okay. But if we look here, largest accumulation is between 76 and 78. Okay. So just below the more local low. So if you look here, you draw a line out, this is where all the liquidation's at. Okay, just boom, right there. That's where it's at. So can we go there? Yes, that's a possibility, especially now that we've lost this tentative support. Could it even be the new resistance? So what we want to look at is, of course, kind of recognize where Bitcoin's at. This little bit of a push here from Bitcoin, and we're seeing SUI do pretty good things, right? So again, SUI recovered quickly, strong amount of buying pressure there. But you got to recognize when you have these strong volume pushes, a lot of times they can fizzle out and they may not continue to run. Let's go ahead and see, let's look at some key levels and just kind of identify if there's anything else here. And I did talk about this yesterday, these fair value gaps are pretty substantial, as low as $65 cents, $65 would be nice. You can see here, this previous fair value gap established when we had this massive amount of price action pulling up. So again, it's going to be difficult to lose that level. That's again, this lower level liquidation. But if we do, I would say that 65 would seem like a very distinct probability if we come and close somewhere in the 79 cent range or lower. So to me, personally, that would be a solid consideration for a short. And I know it seems weird, right? Like, why in the heck is this guy talking about taking a short at the bottom? That makes no sense. Obviously, it's a different story if you were to close below that level, right? We don't just short the bottom. You, in most cases, want to take a long at the bottom because obviously we see here a lot of support based on volume 85 cents. So that would be a practical place to consider a long. But we close below that and we essentially close below the local low. Yeah, there's a reason why the price will probably continue to run because the bulls can no longer support that price action. Okay? They're exhausted by that point. Taking a look at the moving averages, we can see this also kind of reaffirms that level here. So let's go ahead and draw out a line. We can see this area here as that point of contention, right? So if we close below this level, we'll be under the 50-day SMA as well. We'll have no other last line of defense, and the price would be still more likely to go down than up there, okay? Now, the between now and then, do you short to that level? Not necessarily, and let's kind of see where we're at here and go from there, because we want to look at everything first, because again, we're over 50 on the RSI, even though stochastic's pulling back, money flow index is low, we are still above somewhat of a support level. We also have this previous support and resistance range that we've drawn out previously at about 86.5, maybe 87 cents. We got to see if that holds first, okay? 4-hour time frame, we quickly look. We're under 50 on the RSI, generally a bearish sign. Stochastic is kind of swinging up a little bit. Money flow index bounce off 30. It's still not low enough, in my personal opinion, to warrant a long position. We can see MACD is starting to swing up. So there's some reasons here as to why the price may continue further up. But we want to kind of draw this trend line and pay attention to it because this is going to be a firm indication on where the price goes from here. We can break this descending trend line, maybe close above the 50 or the 20 SMA on the 4-hour, we'll be in a much better situation. But taking along right now, this exact moment, doesn't make a ton of sense especially considering Bitcoin is struggling to maintain its current range and may continue lower. All right, again, emphasis on the word may, because we don't truly know if that's going to happen. If we take a quick look here at this here, the hourly time frame, let's quickly recognize we're still below the cloud. Also bearish. Lagging span is still free and clear of the price action, still bearish. Conversion lines below the baseline, still bearish. So literally every coin right now, even the ones that are looking strong, ICP, SUI, they've recovered well. They haven't pulled back as hard as other coins. They're still below a lot of these resistances on smaller time frames. So until we actually start breaking these little ranges and establishing higher lows or breaking the descending trend line, perhaps even bullishly backtesting, that's when we want to try to get in. We don't want to get in just yet. It just makes no sense. It's you're going against the grain. If you've ever driven into oncoming traffic on accident on a one-way street, that feeling you get, that sinking feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm doing something wrong. This feels really weird. You immediately turn around, whatever the case is, you want to stop doing that. You should feel that way if you're trading into this kind of price action. It isn't right. Okay, so that's kind of what we got there. That makes hopefully sense to you. It is to me. The simple way to understand it here is that we probably should wait to take a long. I'll go ahead and post our playout chart here on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord soon so you can kind of see. But me personally, this is roughly what I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be looking for a closure over here, preferably above the cloud at maybe this 0.5 or higher, maybe about 94, 95 cents first. And I know it seems crazy to wait for a higher price point to take a long, but if we get there, we'll be establishing higher highs and higher lows, and there's a distinct probability it's going to go higher. Not just buying the dip because you buy the dip and you want it to go up when it's probably going to go down. All right, anyways, that's just kind of it right there. Hopefully that makes sense. I described it correctly. Thank you again so much for watching. Please like the video, comment below if you get a chance. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Take good care of yourself. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.